everyone! So in this video I'm going to be setting up a couple of palettes. I'm going to be making a watercolor and a gouache palette today. So this first one is going to be for the watercolors, and it's by Magello. It has 33 wells and a lot of mixing space. It's very large compared to the first Magello palette that I had, which is the one that I use all the time. But here are the two next to each other so you can see the size comparison. The paints that I'm going to be putting in these palettes are by My Artscape, and I have a video using these products for the first time if you would like to see that. But I prefer to use paints out of the tube, so that's why I'm putting them into palettes. And so what I'm doing is just sorting out the paints in the color order that I want them to be. So I've already washed this, and now I'm going to start putting the paints in. And here's the palette after I put all of the paints in. The watercolors did end up being a little bit cracked, but after letting them dry for a couple of days, I did refill them a little bit just to fill those cracks in, and both of these palettes are airtight. And looking at them days later, they're perfectly fine. I definitely recommend these palettes if you're looking for a watercolor one or a gouache one. I have a video from a few years ago setting up a watercolor palette with the Magello, the smaller version, and it's held up well, and so I think this one is also going to be great. And there's a lot more room, so I might mix some of my own colors and add them in later on. I might do that. Same with the gouache, because there were a few extra spaces in that. And now moving on to the gouache. So the wells in this palette were a little bit smaller than I was expecting them to be, but it turned out to be fine. They hold a decent amount of paint. So here is the gouache palette. So again, I might mix my own colors for the gouache and add that later on. If you are interested in either of these palettes, I just got them from Amazon. I'll put the links below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. There wasn't much to it, but I will have some painting videos where I'm gonna be using them. And if there is anything specific that you want to see, then let me know. So thank you for watching.